Welcome to another episode of the Zebra Influencer Series. In this episode, you'll be hearing a conversation between me and our valued alliance partner, Gamber-Johnson, who's been in business for almost 70 years. In the case we have not had the pleasure of meeting, I'm Scott Reyes, and in my role as Senior ISV Manager for Manufacturing, Transportation, and Logistics, I have the distinct honor of working with alliance and software partners that focus on innovating and resolving operational challenges for our customers. In my function, I get to help the alliances navigate the Zebra ecosystem. I'm excited to speak to our next guest, who is the product manager at Gamber-Johnson and has been with Gamber-Johnson for the last 4 years and holds a master's degree in applied leadership. Garrett Neta comes to us with an extensive experience in digital and product marketing. Let's welcome Garrett to the virtual stage.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that.
Welcome, Garrett. So tell us a little something that we don't know about Gamber-Johnson.
So yeah, Gamber-Johnson, as you alluded to, has been around for 70 years. We started out in 1954 as a furniture company. We actually were making some cabinets in that would house stereos and other radios and other devices back in the day. And then one day we started mounting CB radios in trucks, semi-trucks and that. And really from there, Gamber-Johnson, like it is now, a worldwide mounting solution provider.
Excellent. That's interesting because we're in the world of mobile computing and scanning. So tell me a little bit about the companies and verticals your typical customers are like.
Yeah, so our typical customers are found in verticals such as public safety, so police, EMS, and fire. Then also material handling, so fork trucks, and then logistics, which is semi-trucks. And those two, the manufacturing, or not manufacturing, but the material handling and logistics has really taken off for us the last few years. Reason being is with the semi-trucks, the ELD mandate that went into effect here in the States, and then also with material handling with the exponential growth in e-commerce. But then also our solutions can be found in enterprise, so like oil and gas companies and that. And then we're, like I said before, manufacturing. We're also in retail and hospitality. So those are just some of the different verticals that we're into. It seems like each year we're growing into a bunch of different ones, which is really exciting for us here at Gamber.
Excellent. I'm sure everybody's interested in understanding how Gamber goes to develop a product and comes to market with it. Could you share a little bit more about how you guys do that?
Yeah, of course. So we have a bunch of different teams here with engineers on those. We really focus on the different verticals I did mention. So we have engineers that focus on like cradles and docks. Then we have those that focus on like the handheld devices, so like your TC5, your TC7 series, and that. And then also our vehicle integrated products as well, so like console boxes, partitions, push bumpers, all those different accessories that go into vehicles. So from there, we work very closely with OEMs such as Zebra, and that anytime a new device is coming out, we work with that team, their engineering team, to really go over the product itself, and then also what accessories might want to go with it. So we learn more as far as what verticals are these devices going into. Especially like your handhelds, most of those are going into material handling, logistics, where delivery or field service is very prevalent. But then you have like your tablets that might be going into, say, public safety, for instance. But then really too, we learn a lot from the market itself and then our customer base too, as far as what they're really wanting in a product. And then we bring that to life during our design phase and our concepts. And again, just working with the Zebra team to really tune those in, and then the testing that goes into it as well. It's just some of the design things, but again, it's all here internal from our engineering team and what kind of devices or solutions they can have tailored towards these devices.
Excellent, Garrett. So maybe we can dive a little deeper. How do you guys work with Zebra Technologies today? Like how deep does that relationship go?
It is very deep. We've been working with Zebra for a very long time. As of late, I've been working with Wes from Zebra in that regard too, more on like the marketing side of things. We just got signed up with the Partner Connect program through Zebra, and again, been working with Wes on that, and then the marketing team with it as well. So we're able to do these influencer videos like we are right now, but then also some other marketing collateral that will be coming out here very shortly, leading up to the Zebra 2022 sales kickoff meeting. But then again, working with your product team as well, your engineers, and that anytime a new product comes out, we're working hand in hand, doing a lot of meetings from a design concept through like the testing phase, the approval phase. So when everything comes to market, we're well aware of what those products are, and working collaboratively as one just helps both sides tremendously.
Gary, you look like you have some really cool tablets and a setup back there. Can you tell us a little bit more of the type of customers that you're working with? Like what kind of challenges are you solving for the customers with those products that you have back there?
Yeah, I mean, right now in this day and age, it's all about mobility and having the technology at the fingertips of the customer. So as you alluded to, Scott, yes, we do have a few tablets back here from your ET5, your ET56 series, but then also your TC5, and then also TC7 series as well. So these are our docking stations or our charging cradles for these devices as well. Then you have the 8-inch and 10-inch of your ET56 back there with our docking stations and that. And really with our docking stations, I mean, it has a typical design with a lock on top for theft, for security and that, which is a major challenge for customers. A lot of these are going into individual vehicles and that. So theft and security is a big thing as well, not just from internal, but also from external as well. Some other challenges too is just efficiency. With these, you can undock and dock the tablet itself, take it in and out of the vehicle as you go, which again is a big challenge these days. Again, having that capability to do so, having everything at your fingertips. Again, a lot of our customers, this is their mobile office. So they're in here, every day of the week, every shift and that. So really making sure they're very connected to what they need to do to get their job done.
And Garrett, so maybe you can explain to us a little bit how does that docking station get installed into a truck or a forklift?
Yeah, very good question, Scott. So really, it's either us installing it, or we actually have installers themselves, or the customer even has installers on site that will do the installations for them. So it really depends on how these get mounted. I mean, a lot of our products, really in the backside, we have the Vesta, whole pattern on the back. So a lot of this can get attached to our Gamber-Johnson products, like our Mongooses, Clevises, and anything that we have, to go in there as well, like our tall tablet display mounts in there, on dash mounts, anything and everything you can think of to go into a vehicle. But it's really dependent on how these are being installed. But we're really there a step of the way with the customer, with our installers, to depend on how this can all fit together.
Actually, I know I mentioned forklifts. Can you explain to me maybe a little bit what forklifts you guys work with today, or are they called lifts, forklifts? What's the terminology you guys use?
It's a mix between forklifts, but then also lift vehicles or lift trucks. Is also what we found as terminology in this market. But to really answer your question too, is we work with all the major OEMs in the space: Crown, Clark, Toyota, Raymond, you name it, we can mount it. It doesn't matter what type of vehicle is going on. As far as fork trucks go, we have all the different mounts that go with it. Our Zirconia line is very adaptable to that, very ergonomical solution to fit on these fork trucks, along with these other devices to go along with it. So from our perspective, anything and everything, Scott.
Very good, very good. So now thinking about the forklifts and the lift scenarios, we think about labor constraints that are happening in the market today. Garrett, can you help us understand how is Gamber impacted by the labor constraints? How are your customers impacted? What are you guys seeing in the market?
It's all about efficiency. That's what we're hearing right now. Honestly, COVID has a lot to do with it, but even pre-COVID, e-commerce was really starting to take off in that, but you really saw it grow even more during the COVID times and that. And our customers are warehouse customers and just trying to get packages out the door as fast as they can. So our solutions are very ergonomic. They can enhance driver efficiency, reduce installation time. They can speed up operations and also improve overall workplace safety. Those are the big key areas for us, and how we can help our customers in those types of environments with different types of applications. I mentioned our Zirconia line earlier. Again, very ergonomical solution, and that for in here very light duty. Can do a lot of different things with it, and that. So really, it's again, yeah, it's all about the customer, and just having them or being more efficient.
So what interesting or disruptive things are you seeing in the warehouse space now?
But you can see it behind me. All these types of different devices. Really, in the warehouse too. We were seeing it in public safety. Like I said, that's their office. But now we're seeing it in the warehouse space as well, where a lot of different devices are being attached or connected to these fork trucks. You have, again, like your handheld devices as well. But then you also have your tablets. You have printers. You have scanner guns, which Zebra all has, and we have solutions for. But it's not just these one-offs anymore. You have all these. You can have like up to like 4 different devices on these fork trucks, and that where again it's all about being efficient. Everything is right there at their fingertips. They can do their job. They can go scan a product, bring it back, go on their tablet, go on the handheld, print out those barcodes. It's just things are just endless with what people can do with technology, and Zebra's definitely at the forefront of that.
Is it easy to say, or would you say that it should be easier for an individual to have one device on these lifts? Because you mentioned that there's a lot of different devices on these lifts.
I mean, back in the day, sure, one device. But right now, in order for them to do their job, 24/7, especially now with the holidays going on, it's just, anytime there's peak season going on, really, it's all about wanting the different devices for them to get their job done. So I think it's right now, it's like 2+ devices, not just your typical one device anymore.
So as things change in the market, I guess the question that comes to mind is how agile is your process to develop a new product?
We're very agile. We're in our setup here is what we call QROCs, so quick response office cells. So within those cells, you have like myself, so you have a product manager in there, you have a buyer, you have either a engineer or engineers, depending on what cell you're in, and then you're also tied to production as well. So we all come to one as a team. We work collaboratively together. That's just our setup. We've been in this setup for a number of years now, and it's worked wonderful for us. There's no middleman in there. Everyone's on the same page. We do a lot of custom products in that, especially in material handling. So with that, we're very, we can adapt very quickly to anything custom, be very agile, work with the customer one-on-one, have, different design meetings with them, making sure the requirements are needed, and then going into, our testing and all that as well, just making sure everything is looped into one. So again, anything that leaves this door, doesn't come back. Customers are very excited about the product. It does its job. And then again, it just comes back to the team itself and what we're able to do and accomplish.
Thank you, Garrett. Maybe you can tell us about some recent developments that Gamber has completed.
Yeah, and actually that's what I brought in here. I know I've been showing them here early on and that, but one thing I really haven't shown that we're really excited about is our 2-in-1 for the ET56. So it's like a clamshell device. It's like a laptop and that, but we have like our Gamber-Johnson keyboard here and that typical keyboard, with the mouse pad, the right and left mouse clicks and that. And this really charges the computer as well. When you dock it, connects right to the keyboard via pogo pins in here. So it moves around just like a laptop and that. We're seeing this in, like retail, like mainly back in the store and warehouse and that is where we're really finding it. But again, this thing is endless. We've seen it out like in the field, like for field service technicians and that as well. We have our carry handle on here. So it's very ergonomic as well. So again, you can just carry it around and that as well. And then it just sits right on the desk. And then, type away and all that. Another thing is, our TC7 phone docks as well, or charging cradles and that. So you can see, charges with the pogo pins here up on top and that. Connect this to other peripherals. And again, we have our amps hole pattern here on the back. So it's very compatible with our zirconia type solutions. And then, as I mentioned early on, our docking stations and that for the ET56 and that here as well. So again, very excited about this product line that Zebra came out with and the different solutions that we have with here as well. So again, we have the 8 and the 10-inch back here, and they're pretty much the same. Big thing here on here as well is the dual USBs that are on here. Unfortunately, you can't see it. It's on the bottom here and that, but we do have dual USBs in both these docking stations.
Garrett, I'm really surprised how easily you were able to take out the tablet and put it back in. Do you see that happen a lot out in the field? Dual
Yes,
uses?
that is one. Yeah, that's one main feature of our docking stations is just how one-handed it is. It's our thumb latch in that you can take it in and out with one hand. We do have, again, like I said, a lock on top, but that thumb latch on top, it's definitely a game changer for us. So that's why we kind of moved to that different feature on our Zebra docking stations here moving forward. So we really did it on the ET56 series, and then you probably see it going forward as well.
Excellent. Hey, Garrett, so maybe you can help us. Let's dive a little deeper into Gamber-Johnson. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more what makes you guys special. Tell us a little bit about your triple R's.
Yeah, our triple R's or our 3 R's. Yeah, so our tagline is rugged, reliable, and responsive. That's what we're known for since day one. The rugged ability of our products, the amount of testing our products go through. 40G shock and vibe. It goes through environmental testing because again, these products, not just the devices, but our products too, are going in different environments. You talk about warehousing. I mean, you can go from like a cold storage and then back out to warm. So it is back and forth as well. We have accessories too for tablets. If you are going in cold storage, we do have a protective screen for that as well. Protect the humidity and that too. But really, I mean, that's our rugged ability, and then reliable. Our products are very reliable. We don't see many coming back in for service and that. And then the last one is just responsive. We typically respond in a day or so to customers or any type of inquiries that we do have. Again, everything is here. If you pick up the phone, you call us. It's an actual person you're talking to. It's not automated or anything like that. Same thing with like email. We'll get back. It's an actual person emailing back and forth. Even with our service department, we do have a service technician that can go around here in the States, visit customers too if they're having issues and that. So we're again rugged, reliable, and responsive.
Hey, Garrett, so where is here?
So I guess I could have mentioned that early on, Scott. So Gamber-Johnson, we are based here in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. So right in the middle of the state. Been here since day one, since 1954. We actually just moved into a new facility this past summer. Our previous facility was around like 55,000 square feet. Our new facility is 133,000 square feet. So just imagine the amount of work that we can get done here with the offices that we have, our production. We have our on-site testing facility as well. The possibilities are endless. We're very excited about everything that's going on here at Gamber.
Yeah, that is exciting. So how do I purchase a Gamber-Johnson product?
Yeah, so we don't sell direct in that, but you can definitely reach out to any reseller that might be in your area. You can actually go on our website, find a local reseller or distributor in that regard. We also have our contact us on our website as well. Email us at sales@gamberjohnson.com. Feel free to give us a call. Otherwise, Google us, search us on social media. We're on all the main social channels. So just reach out. Like I said, we're very responsive. So more than happy to help in whatever needs to be done.
And thinking about our customers and our audience who are listening, what are some of the questions that I should be asking if I'm looking into purchasing a rugged, reliable product like yours?
Yeah, really for us, I mean, it's just a few questions. What device is being mounted? This would just, definitely help us to ensure that, you get the correct equipment to go along with that, like a cradle or docking station, anything else to go with it as well. What model of vehicle is this device being mounted into? That definitely helps us as well. Again, it goes back to, what other mounting equipment can go along with like your cradle or dock, and that what is the vehicle's voltage? A lot of this question is mainly for like your lift trucks or your forklifts. They do have different voltage inputs in that. We do have power supplies that go along with it that accommodate it. So that's the reason that we asked that question. And then what accessories are also being mounted? Obviously, Zebra, you guys have not just tablets, not just handhelds, but you have printers, you have scanners. So if a lot of those are being mounted too, we definitely have mounting equipment for that, different mounting brackets to go along with it. So those are typically the four questions that we have. There might be more that we get into the conversation with the customer, but really those are the four to really get the conversation started and for us to provide, the mounting equipment that the customer definitely needs.
And do you guys do on-site visits, in particular with that customer who's looking to develop maybe a particular product with you?
Yes, we definitely do on-site visits. It just depends if the customer is open, and that obviously COVID, we all know COVID. But our sales team is out there right now, doing customer visits. Again, it's just, it's very dependent, if the customer allows visits or not. We can definitely do things virtual, which we have done, but face-to-face is a little bit better, and that just so customers can see the product, especially if they haven't ordered from Gamber before. We're more than happy to accommodate in whatever it is, whether it's on site or virtual.
Thanks, Garrett. Are there any last thoughts you would like to leave with the audience?
Really, just for me, Scott, Zebra, I appreciate this time and that to get Gamber out there and kind of show some of the things that we have going on. A lot of great stuff that we have. But other than that, I mean, we're open. Been open for business all throughout COVID, especially our customers. They're a necessity to our to economics and that economic development and stuff. So reach out. We're more than happy to help in whatever is needed. Questions that you may have, inquiries, anything. But other than that, again, enjoyed my time and hopefully your audience enjoyed it as well.
Garrett, on behalf of Zebra Technologies, thank you for sharing your knowledge and experience. As mentioned earlier, we invite our audience to contact their partners, their Zebra representative, or Garrett and his team at Gamber-Johnson to discuss the solutions available to you. Thank you for your time and attention.